We are back. Galaxy is still here, I see. Oh, man. Okay. These ships will hopefully be enough for me to punch through. But, not. Really gotta get my research up. So that I can build a ship that will. Let's see. More transport ships. Don't think I care. The Bulrathi and Silicoid empires are now at war, yes. More unrest. I want them at each other's throats, ideally. Slag has leveled up. Mega wealth never gets better, unfortunately. But other stats certainly go up. Okay. That ship being built at home. Ooh. Okay, you do have your academy. How about you? You do too. Okay, excellent. So what now? What? Are you... No, okay, you just haven't built it yet. I was thinking of something else entirely. Oh, they've got their battleship. Good. And the spaceport. Now present. Excellent. Okay. So, this level of construction is another tricky choice, but I think it's going to be a pretty easy decision for me to make this time around. Battle Station, as I mentioned earlier, it is an upgrade to a starbase. It can scan further away. It's larger, has more stuff in it, larger armaments. Ships in combat around it actually get a bonus. It says it replaces a starbase. You can just straight up build a battle station, but if you build starbase then battle station, essentially the cost of the starbase gets removed from the cost of the battle station. You have no reason not to essentially build them up in order. And perhaps most importantly for some, the battle station provides an additional command point as compared to a starbase. So that is another nice benefit that has. A strong choice. Powered armor adds to your ground combat rating. Plus 10%. But perhaps more importantly, it means this +1 hits to kill here that it adds on. The standard amount of hits it takes to kill a trooper in ground combat is 1. The only way to get extra hits than that are this, through powered armor, and through being a heavy G race. That's another +1 hit. It literally means that your troops are twice as good. They're twice as durable with powered armor as opposed to without it. If you are already heavy G, then it's really only a 50% boost. But yeah, that can be a huge thing. And I hate not getting that if I find myself in the late game where I can actually disable Antarian ships, because there's no way I'm going to be able to capture one without that. Robo Miners is, well, the most straightforward, obvious thing to take on the list. It's certainly the most generically useful for one. It's the one that a lot of beginners should probably be taking regardless. And it is often, perhaps even the majority of the time, the right choice. It's essentially a double automated factory. Produces 10 production on its own, and workers produce an additional 2. That's gonna be a big thing. Alan, good to see you here. It's like a pizza. That's interesting. Bernays. I only know about Bernays because it's referenced in a Monty Python sketch. The Olympic being eaten by a crocodile event sketch. They're talking about how some of the teams have been cheating by putting sauces on themselves. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, Alan. Very well. For you, sir. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I play video games. Which is, right now proving to be quite the galactic conundrum. I will take RoboMiners. I definitely feel as though I am just lagging behind. And that is a quick and easy way of solving that. At least at the production end of things. And it does mean that even when I don't have workers producing, when I have everybody shunted over to research, the production the building itself provides is of a useful quantity. I can set them to housing to grow up, I can set it to trade goods, get some extra money, I can have them chunk away at spies. It's going to be a very useful thing for me to have, so I'm just going to go ahead, dive right into that. Did I seriously finish 2 fusors that turn? Yeah, I have no command points left. I am dead even. Dead even. Everybody starts with 5, 1 from each of my star bases, 2 per colony as a warlord. That's 16. That's more than half of my command points right now. And I've got 6 battleships, each taking up 4. And I still have that frigate and destroyer kicking around. There's another 3 between them. So yes, when I finish that La Bamba, my ship maintenance will be a whopping 30 BC a turn. That's just 1 ship over the limit, essentially. Because it's a cruiser, it's a size 3 ship. It's going to be 10 BC per point. Ship maintenance gets very expensive. But I also happen to... Oh, that's right. I've actually got another full-on fusor coming. Well, then, I guess I had better finish that spaceport first, then. Huh. Finish a bunch of spaceports. Let's put it here. You can have the holo simulator first. Definitely before terraforming. The lower priority for the La Bamba. And before this terraforming. A spaceport first, but then more terraforming. Yeah, put it at the front of that line. And here. That should solve my money problems in very short order. The one thing you'd never be willing to give up amongst those is video games. And that is definitely the right choice, if you ask me. Yes, by far superior in addiction. I wasn't referring to how addictive they are, but rather how much better for you they are. Sort of regrettable that that was ambiguous in the film, but I kind of just sort of came up with what I was saying on the fly. One of these days I might even share what it was that I was going to say in the first place. Sort of interrupted myself with that. Okay, what have we got here? Not enough. Not enough. The Klakon and Trilarian empires are now at war. That's actually kind of a shame, because I was getting along fairly well with those two. I don't even have access to the Clacons anymore. They are out of my reach. Fortunate. Do I want to just keep... Yeah, actually, I guess I do. I guess I have a little bit of a nest egg built up, so I can keep multiple ships around for a short while. But I'm going to have to claim another colony very soon. Uzor 1, and then La Bamba in 5. Okay. Oh! Well, hello, Nolums. What do you want? A non-aggression pact. Oh. So you can just keep spying on me? Well, for the time being, I accept. I'm sure you'll break it at some point. Okay. We have ourselves a Fusor. I can't afford any more ships. I desperately need more research. So time to get that done. Housing-wise... Oh, yeah, you've actually got quite a bit of population growth to do. Plus 97 if I have housing on. 73 if I do... Oh, yeah, we're doing spies. Do it this way. Repeat build spies. Thank you very much. Take care, Alan. Catch you later. Yes, I am now 4 points under. I am losing money per turn. Not maintain that for long at all. I didn't tell you to go away. I'm sorry. You are dismissed, sir. So one of these ships will put slag on it. Where's the one with... Is he? Over Nazen. Okay. Well, I will... Crap, I don't know which one is which now. I think they're always listed in the same order, so it should be the one on... Actually, you know what, under the circumstances, change my mind, I'll send both. I'm probably going to need at least 3, think of it. And you've got, like, star bases built now and stuff, right? Yeah. Ships here are going here as well. The one I have over Chrysalon, I think, is going to stay there, because it's doing blockading. And that might be important. Actually, he's not blockading me anymore. He left. He decided he had something better to do. Yeah, I still have an undefended colony here anyway. Okay. Throw it in there. Biosphere is finished on Andromeda 2. A planet that was already Gaian. Got a lot of population to go, so let's put housing on there. Get some more researchers. Do I want to move Rashiki now? Might be a good idea, since I'm not exactly doing a lot of production at Andromeda right now. That's... Or do I already have, like, Valen at Chrysalon? I do. Is it worth the time to swap their places? I actually think it is. Send Valen to Andromeda and Rashiki to Chrysalon. And that can probably be a permanent swap, actually. Circumstances. Unless and until I want to send someone to Nazen. Okie doke. Why are you farming? There is no need for there to be a silicoid farmer. Why is that even a thing? Why does the game default to that? Okay. Got 4 transport ships there. I've got 5 battleships. No fighter garrisons or battle stations here. It's just starbase and missile base. See what happens. Going to be unpleasant, but will be a thing. The best bet I have for taking out that missile base actually is to capture the starbase and turn its own weapons against it. We will see if I can manage that. All these heavy neutron blasters shooting at this thing. It will hopefully be void a crew before long. Yeah, through its freaking shield. So this is why missile bases are a problem. That is a volley of 14 missiles. Yeah. I'm gonna try to shrink their numbers down here now. Why it's important to have all these ships. Lots of opportunity to shoot at these missiles. That, and if I lose a ship, it's hopefully not going to cost me the battle. Ooh, little guy came this way, huh? The crew's already starting to shrink. Definitely still want to bum rush him. The way this, yeah, it's not within my firing arc to shoot at those. Okay, so let's go... Oh, you've got your own problem. Yeah. Okay, what I can do is tell that ship to wait. It'll come back to its turn later, but I don't actually need to do that. I can say I'm done. Like on here. Go 11 crew. Slide you in here. Fire at missiles. Just those. Closest I can get before those would hit. There we are. Closer. Darn. Ow. Yes, missile bases are the real deal. That's a lot of missiles. I only got half of them. I'm going to tell you to wait. I want to have the chance to shoot. There we go. The rest of them first. Probably not close enough to board. Down to 3 crew. Fire the fusion beams at the missiles, even if they are still kind of far away. It's your move. Ow! 200. Glad that I got heavy armor this game, because holy crap. Okay, fusion beams, no, huh? Are you out of crew yet? You are. Perfect. Boarding action, capture. No resistance. It is mine. Okay, rid of these. Possible, anyway. Wheat. Got those missiles, please. Fire that neutron blaster at the planet. I was able to do some damage, at least. I don't care about that missile. Okay. Yeah, the fusion beams aren't going to really be able to do much of anything through the atmosphere. Not expecting much. They're gonna have to wait a turn to rotate. And the starbase is in my hands because I am telepathic. I control it immediately. And because I am cybernetic, I will actually be able to repair the damage I have done to it so far. I can turn its own weapons against the planet, including the pulsar missiles it was armed with. That should actually do quite a number on that missile base. Okay. Getting nice close and personal here. Missiles are the target for the fusion beams. The neutron blasters can hit the planet. Ugh. Right. As you can see, not doing a whole lot of damage here. The neutron blasters are about it. Yeah, my best weapon is the starbase itself. Oh! Oh, that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. You see? All these little things combine together so nicely. Such a beautiful... I just love the way that my strategy works here. The missile bases... They only have a certain number of hit points. Later on in the game, weapons become decidedly stronger than the available defenses, but a missile base is still the deadliest thing that you can have on a planet to defend it, with the arguable exception of a stellar converter, and even then, it's a little different. I mean, especially if you have the Dauntless guidance system, so that missiles that you have fired can go after some other target if their first one goes down. A stellar converter can really only deal with one ship at a time. The missile base deals a crap ton of damage. And if you are upgrading your missiles, it stays pretty solid for quite some time. It's really not until the very late game that it really starts to become, shall we say, easier to deal with. Once someone gets to, say, like, a multi-wave ECM jammer and lightning field, they might be able to just ignore the missiles. There's also the naturally enveloping weapon, the plasma cannon. I think I just got the right one. I'll look it up in a moment. That's an extremely solid beam weapon. Just a planetary battery. Yeah, ground batteries will actually be quite effective once you get your hands on that. It really does sort of depend on your strategy, the different technologies you take. Call it the Mega Maid. Ah. I am a fan of the Stellar Converter. I am. So that is something that I will hopefully be doing at some point, yes. Because I do have my heavily armored healing ships, so it is definitely my advantage to make them big. Okay, so, managed to get through that missile base. The star base helped significantly in getting through that missile base. And, yeah. 4 colonists, 5 buildings, and 7 infantry that work for me now. Nice colony you got there. I'll take it. The Klakon Empire will live on only in the history books, as the last vestige of Klakon power has been annihilated. Well, now. So, and then there were 7. I guess who were they at war with? The Trilarians? I guess they just plain finished them off. There might still be Klakons alive. They're just under someone else's rule. The Klakon Empire is no more. Okay, another spaceport. Hey, terraforming! This is a Terran planet now. Its population maximum did indeed go up by 2. We are in good shape now. I can tell them to build housing and just have them grow population very quickly if I leave them on production, but I won't be. I need tech. So I'll do that with them. Here's the one I just conquered. I'll definitely keep the hydroponics. Yeah, they have biospheres. Automated factory already. Okay then. Marine barracks, hollow simulator, research lab, spaceport, missile base, star base, space academy, and then call me back. It was full. You can't fit more items on than it gives you the spaces for. You can put 7 things down and then you have to let it call you back. I could be pressing this button here and letting a planetary governor decide what to build, but no fun in that. All of these games seem to have that sort of option, and I never use it. I detest it. Hate it with a passion. Yes, and when you're through with that, more terraforming. Okay, so, Nazin. Well, it's not going to be any more difficult than the first one was, unless he gets a tech this turn. So, yeah, looks like I might be eliminating the Darlocks from the game next turn. It's so weird. It's such a big, like, paradigm shift. In the original Master of Orion, eliminating another player from the game is something you are heavily penalized for diplomatically, because that's a genocide. In this game, because you can actually have other species under your empire, it's not just wiping out their population with yours to take over their colonies. Not only is it not a penalty in that nature to knock a player out of the game, but you're actually rewarded for it significantly, in fact, as there were 2 things I wanted to say, and one of them slipped my mind. Ah, yes. Captured colonists actually give you a score bonus. They're worth additional points above and beyond what you normally get for your population. And eliminating a player from the game is worth a big chunk of points. It's like I think 50 that gets added to your score at the end. Free multiplier. It's actually kind of unfortunate that I won't be getting the KO points for the Klakons, because somebody else took them out. But, yeah, I'll get the points for the Darlocks. If, what happens next turn goes as well as what happened this turn. My command point deficit is now only 2, minus 2. Money-wise, I'm actually currently breaking even again. My ship has paid for itself. It's like when I hired Kelly in Jagged Alliance. It's like I better do well with him because I can't actually afford him yet. I'm losing money working on a deficit, but that seems to have paid off. So let's see. Yeah, I do want to have... I might want to have some more of these. You guys are missing a lot of population. You know what? I need more spies. Housing can... That's not quite as important, I think, to me right now. I have got to get these spies going, as I'm going to start getting techs that the AI doesn't have. And I can't really afford to share. La Bamba will be ready in a turn. I'm looking forward to that. Be a good thing. Yeah, I'll just sort of crank out spies in the background. Once I've gotten till, say, like 10 or so, I can probably stop. Once the Darlocks are gone, the whole spying thing is going to be a lot less irritating. But still totally a thing. I mean, they straight up told me, frickin' Nolans, just said, yeah, we're gonna just keep spying on you. Screw you. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to protect myself from them that way. 169 research points. That has definitely improved significantly. Okay. No new ships here. Go for this one. All that has to happen is the exact same thing that happened last time. I should win handily. You demand that I stop stopping others from spying. Oh dear. One of these days I still need to teach core tier how to play Diamond Trust of London. I keep forgetting about that. I demand that you start spying. Worth firing at. We only got the one. Not much. That's a much more important target. Sort of why I have all of these ships here. It's so that I have all of these weapons to fire upon these missiles. So that they don't just destroy my ships outright. At least damage them faster than I can heal. Alright, incoming. And you? Okay. Moving one space at a time so that I reset the missile warning. Make it available to pop up again. Tron Blaster goes on the starbase. You tighten angle. Way. Load those. Tron Blast there. What's your crew at? 13. Sounds about right. Get you through to here. I'm just going to ignore that missile. I will tank it. Get these shot at. Okay. Tron Blaster on starbase. Sound that freaking missile base makes when it launches that volley. Put the fusion beams on those. Okay, I got 4. Tron Blaster there. Yeah, these are left. 6. There we go. Forward. Ooh, still have one left. That goes here. There goes there. Crew left 8. I'll pick capture. I only got 2 of them? Ugh. Be having a slightly harder time of it here. I don't know if that's close enough for a boarding action. It's out of crew. Yes. Alright. Starbase taken. How many missiles are that? 3? Alright. Tiny little planet in comparison, but doesn't make the missile base any weaker. Okay. Really? How did you miss the planet? I can understand missing the missile base on the planet. How do you miss the entire planet? Anyway. Missiles. I can do something about that. Little something, anyway. Right. Yeah, that probably would have been a little more efficient. Turn. You. Yes. Okay. That was the entire missile volley for the turn. Audio's hiccuping a little. It'll settle down in a bit. And those missiles, boom. Didn't quite finish it off this time. Nope. Still says missile base there, so it's not out of hit points. And now it is. Got it. Yoink! The Darlock flag waves no more. No colonies or fleets remain in the Darlock Empire. Good riddance. Alright, not sure I actually need it now, but yeah, there's the bomber ship. That is a thing. Research, please. Oh, hold on. They need to eat some of that. There we go. How's it? Oh, no, you've hit the population cap. Either spies or trade goods or something. I'll do spies. Okay. It's the planet I just conquered. Sonic, automated factory, biospheres. Let's see. Looking at what we've got here, definitely Marine Barracks and Hollow Simulator first. Let's get that. Morale taken care of. Then we've got the research lab. And I'll probably need the spaceport. We can't get this built. Okay. Ooh, Trilarian's cranking out the ships. Short a bit of food. I think I would rather get it. Whoa, just one, thank you. There we go. +2, can I, Huh. I guess I can. Oh, I have a freighters problem. Could still be up on food, but I'm short freighters if I do that. Alright, so you know what? It's 32 turns for spies anyway. Let's have you... Give me a freighter fleet. You only actually pay maintenance on freighter fleets if they're actively being used. I can have that available. The entire species of the rare purple spotted rabbit mourns the passing of the Darlock Empire for about half a second. Yeah, that's probably 40% of a second too long, at least. Frickin' Darlocks. Well, they are good and gone now, so, on to another place. There's an added fighter garrison here on Chryslon, but, that should be not an issue. Turns to there. Oh, you'll take 3. Darn. Because I've got a navigator present in there, but not here. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. I can totally cheat this. Watch this. I can take either of these guys here and return them to the pool. This is an instantaneous action. Leave the screen, come back here, and hey, look, they're back at my home colony. I can have him get on this ship immediately rather than wait 5 turns. Funny that. There you go. Now you'll only be 2 turns to Chryslon, and they'll all arrive at the same time. How convenient. Just one of those little things you learn when you play this game. Cheater! I used the interface in the game. Everything is functioning as intended. Okay. Let us press on. Biospheres. Starbase. 1 turn, we're gonna be there. Losing money, but I can afford to do that right now. Once I've got this colony taken and gotten a starbase built on it, I'll have the command points solved. And then I can head this way and see if I can get the silicoids out of the game entirely. Alright. Trilar? No, I think we're good. I'm still perfectly happy to just coexist there. 1 cruiser, it's 6 battleships. I think we got this. Of course, this is a different opponent. And titanium armor instead of tritanium? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I think we got this. I'm gonna be able to... Yeah, heavy mounts can reach first turn. Matter of fact, with more ships present, I'm probably getting through the crew on this starbase a lot faster. Yeah, it's already down to 12. Okay, that loud sound was the launch of these guys. This is what a fighter garrison does. 40 interceptors that are obnoxiously heading for my bomber. And get up close to it and shoot a bunch of point-blank defense weapons at it. There we go. And yes, enveloping does indeed work on that grouping, so that 40 just shrunk to 16. Easy problem to solve. Like I said, not nearly as much of a threat. Yeah, and they're gone, and I won't have to deal with more fighters for another 9 turns. Totally not an issue if you are packing enveloping weapons. Enveloping beam weapons, anyway. And turn the rest of the weapons against the missiles now. Like, a fighter garrison is really no big deal at all. At least not for this particular strategy. 1 crew left, and you're running out of structure points. I need to stop firing on you. That can be arranged. Zoom. Chink. Have to use a different target. You are being fired upon. Honey, you're there? I'm gonna tank it. I'd rather fire at the next group. Barn. Got a couple anyway. We are closing in on the next target. Missing, but at this range I'm not surprised I'm missing. I'm actually surprised that I'm hitting any of them. Chances are the next computer I'll get will be the plus 100%. Be like a big 75% gap. Oh! That's a thing. I need to make sure I get those shot down. Whatever. Board! Capture. There we go. They got him. Get rid of those missiles, if at all possible. Hey. Give me all the ships at the top first, for whatever reason. Alright, you are actually going to down a bit. Fire at those. Really? So close. How did you get so few of these? Yeah, there's 3 of them left. You're gonna have to tank them. 40. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Shoot at your planet! Now, incidentally, this planet, you know, has just that one health bar for a building. I have no idea which building on the planet is going to be eliminated once I've emptied the bar out completely. It's pretty much a 50-50 shot between the missile base and the fighter garrison being lost, and then the bar will refill in red, and I'm attacking, you know, the other building. That's how that's going to work. Hi, Duke. Bye, Duke. Oh, I saw that they were going after the La Bamba. angle do I want you at? We're gonna need room for the others. Darn. Oh well. And unfortunately it was the fighter garrison that was destroyed first. Not the result I wanted, as you might imagine. Oh well. They'll just have to keep shooting at missiles. It is tedious, but it is safe. He had just enough points to rotate, just enough to get that in his firing arc. Great stuff. Okay. Yeah. And... barn. Boom. What? Yeah. You can actually scroll the screen by putting the mouse cursor at the edge, but it's going to scroll extremely quickly on a modern computer, so I actually just click directly on here to center the map. I've just gotten used to doing it that way. Okay. As far as you can turn, yeah. I'm actually damaging the planet with the fusion beams, which is surprising me greatly. I don't think I'm actually going to get to the planet in time to use the bomber, but I'm still glad I have it. There we go. Yoink. Oh look, I got the fighter garrison tech. Now the funny thing is, as easy as it is to deal with a fighter garrison yourself, if you know about enveloping weapons and you pack those, the AI seems to have a lot of trouble dealing with fighter garrisons, actually. Often their largest ships will get ripped apart by the fleet of fighters. So they're actually still very useful to build yourself as defensive installations. Very useful for taking down the largest of the enemy ships they send your way. A little strange, actually. But, there you have it. I would actually still build the fighter garrison on my planets, although it's not the greatest of priorities. Especially since I sort of already have things well covered right now. Yeah, good old 486. Yeah, I remember these. I remember the day. You know, it definitely was lagging back then, but not now. And I have researched robo-miners. We can get some good production going. This is all total rubbish here. Advanced damage control is pretty much worthless to me, although it is still a separate tech that I could have, try to trade to other players, for example. It is completely redundant with my own racial ability as a cybernetic race. So, one of the other options would be the better choice, and I really don't have a use for either of them. Fast missile racks basically allow a missile-bearing ship to fire 2 volleys at once on the same turn. But they only get to do that once, that one time. They would otherwise... They could actually take a turn not firing missiles and catch up, as it were, and fire another double volley, but it's just something I don't really, It tries to parse assault shuttles and total rubbish, ends up blue screening. Yeah, the assault shuttles actually can be a decent thing. But not for me. Not under this strategy. Assault shuttles function like the fighters do from a fighter garrison. But they're packing troops. If they basically get to their target, rather than shooting it at point blank, they board it. and essentially perform a capture option. The troops that you send over there try to kill the remaining crew on the ship that you sent them to. And if they win, well, then you've captured the target. So, yeah, it's a means of trying to capture an enemy ship at range, even if it's still mobile. Yeah, assault shuttles are the sort of thing that if you're building your strategy around it, you're going heavy G, you're taking powered armor, other ground combat boosts, assault shuttles can be amazingly effective. And, I mean, even for my race, that's still the best choice among these three. It's literally the only one I would have, like, any value to have whatsoever. With that said, very, very low priority right now. The only reason I would want to be researching anything further down this tree is to get to what lies beyond this. The stage behind that, Titan construction. I can make ships larger than battleships with that. And the automated repair unit, which stacks additively with the cybernetic repair bonus. Very, very strong. But not a priority right now. What is my priority right now? I know what I would like to have, especially since I've already got terraforming since Chug came along. Planetary radiation shield would be huge. Yeah, if you're building lots of tiny ships with missiles, the idea is you walk in, you sing a bar of Alice's Restaurant, and you walk out. Yeah, being able to launch a double volley in a single turn can actually be very, very devastating. Sociology is one of those things that I have the tendency to ignore almost too long. When I do finally go for it, I go like all the way up to the top. You can see beyond the first stage, there are no choices. Everything is what it is. Planetary Stock Exchange is a building that you can put on a planet, much like the spaceport. And yeah, it's a plus 100% money boost. The Astro University is a building that adds +1 to all of your citizens, whether they are farmers, workers, or scientists. Each gets +1. And then this is... yeah, there's a little bit to be said about this here. Each of the 4 government types has a separate listing under this tier, as it were. You get the advanced form of your government in sociology. For a dictatorship, the advanced form is Imperium. What the description here provides is not everything that an Imperium does. A plus 50% command point boost is huge. That alone is well worth going for this for. An improvement to defensive spirals, an additional 10%, very useful to have. Perhaps the biggest advantage of the Imperium here is that you get a plus 20% morale bonus. Just straight up. Everybody's 20% better. You would think the game would tell you this, given how huge of an effect that is. But they don't. Well, here's the thing. The manual actually does say one thing. It says that the morale penalty you get for not having a barracks is removed when you're in an Imperium. And that might have been what they intended. And I think that in the Mac version 1.6, I think that actually is the case. But here, that's not what they coded. The minus 20% for not having a barracks no longer appears. But here's the thing. You always have that minus 20% showing in this game if you don't have... whether you have a barracks or not. It's when you go to view a colony... Here, I'll show you. I have to make my choice here first, huh? Okay, I'm gonna take a force fields tech. I'm gonna head further down that line. Anti-grav harness is a ground combat boost. The gyro destabilizer is an unusual little weapon. It spins its target, spins the ship that you hit it at. Ends up facing a random direction, which, if they've been skimping on their firing arcs, can really sort of mess with them. And it deals damage directly to the structure. It ignores armor. And the bigger the ship is, the more damage it does in that regard. It actually has quite the range. 15 squares away. The gyro destabilizer, if you're playing an older version, a not fully patched version of the game, it's a lot stronger, actually. The gyro destabilizer is a very powerful weapon. And then we have the flip side of that, the inertial stabilizer, which is much like its counterpart in the original game, makes a ship a lot more maneuverable. The way that manifests here is that it adds 50 to the ship's beam defense, and the ship turns twice as easily. The movement cost, so to speak, is cut in half. Very good stuff. Ah, Marvelous Mars, good to see you here. So, if I were to actually put it on a ship, the inertial stabilizer would probably be the way to go. And if I were up against, say, well, actually, I'm playing on Impossible, like everybody has a ship offense bonus. It's actually very tempting to go anti-grav harness, and just have some sort of an option to protect. Eventually, I am probably going to wish I had some sort of a ground combat rating, but yeah, I think I'll go inertial stabilizer. It probably will get put on a ship at some point, but again, it's mainly what's beyond that level that I really want. Yeah, another spaceport. Salon 3 conquered. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at that. I don't even have to feed them. So, let's see. Automated factory, hollow simulator, marine barracks. Up the order of those around. Oh, yes, the robo-miner plant. To get that built in places. Probably gonna be... I'll do that first. Put them in the order of their costs. And then from there... Here I would want a spaceport. And biospheres, I guess. And then a missile base. That looks like a good assortment. Let's get robo-miner plants built. Places. Oh yeah, and fighter garrison. Building a queue, not switching off of research. They can go ahead and, well, actually... Now they can take their sweet time with it. Robo-miner plant. Fighter garrison. Plant on top, fighter garrison on bottom. Similar deal here. Robo-miner plant, fighter garrison. Spies can wait. Still chunking away at a freighter fleet, huh? I can remove those. Yeah, I'll do the freighter fleet first. Your terraforming can wait. Robo-miner plant. Then terraforming. The fighter garrison. And then probably more terraforming. Is here. Robo-miner plant on top. Fighter garrison on bottom. Ooh. Remove the item on the bottom so we can put Robo-miner plant on this list. Put that here. And you are building terraforming. Take a break, build a Robo-miner plant. Robo-miner plant. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. What? It's actually tempting to rush by that. How much is it gonna be? Nah. No rush. Somehow missed one. There we go. Looks good to me. Right, I was talking about the government. Let me go to a colony. Anyone will do. If I click on here. You see, minus 20% government morale. That's always there. Just straight up. And then plus 20% for a marine barracks. The way that the manual phrases it is that you have a 20% penalty if you don't have a marine barracks. Or a barracks of some other kind. That's not the way it's coded. The way it's coded is you always have the minus 20, and if you have a barracks present, you get plus 20. They would cancel each other out. When you get Imperium, this disappears. You no longer get the minus 20. The thing is that you still do get the plus 20 if you have a marine barracks. The intent, apparently, was that that should have been shut off as well, so that it boils down to you're simply no longer penalized for not having a barracks. That's not what it does. That's not what it actually does. That is actually an advantage that a dictatorship government has that it arguably shouldn't when you're playing the PC version of the game. One thing I feel compelled to mention, and I'm gonna do it now before I forget to. There are hyper-advanced technologies once you go through the standard named techs on the list. And what they are supposed to do is give you a huge score boost when you grab them. They add up. 5 points might not sound like much, but they add up quite well. You don't get that plus 5 points for hyper advanced techs in the PC version. Oops. They fixed that in the Mac version. So yeah, trying to get a high score in the game with the PC version, you're already kind of limited. As a very strong source of points is just simply not available to you. That's not a completely off-topic question. I actually have played a couple of the Escape Velocity games, although I forget exactly which. Never for long. I have watched other people play them for a time. They did always look sort of interesting to me. I kind of always did want to try out some of them, but not exactly my preferred style of game. But there's nothing wrong with it at all. And I remember that there was the cheat code to get the forklift, little MST3K reference there. But yeah, good solid stuff. I remember that some of the like the later games had like these like galactic achievement sort of deals, like if you can find the outer border of the galaxy, things like that. Remember one of the more, I don't even remember how many of them there are, but yeah, I know a certain amount about them. I've seen them played a good amount, and they do seem interesting, but I can't say I have invested a lot of time in it. In theory, I could actually play one of them now. I do have that iMac I picked up, mainly to play Master of Orion II, although I don't think I have any actual copies of any of those. Wouldn't be the easiest thing to get it onto that Mac either, but I suppose I could try. Look it up. One of those things I need to remember is something I could potentially do. Feels like it's later than it actually is. Surprised I still have half an hour to go. Starting to get a little tired. I'm okay for now, but the worst part is I know I actually need to do something after my stream as well. Escape Velocity Nova was released for PC? Huh. I would really need to take a look into that then. Certainly be more convenient. Okay. So, I am still perfectly happy to peacefully coexist with the Trilarians. Perfectly fine with it. Green Barracks Simulator. Okay, so I guess I should try to finish my war with the Silicoid. And at that point, I would actually not be at war with anybody. Amazingly enough. Let's send those ships over to Samson. See what we can do. Maybe I can end this session having eliminated 2 players from the game. That would be pretty strong, I should think. Oh, if this message is going to pop up, I'm going to peek here. Oh, the Trilarian fleet has left. Okay. What is orbiting Ursa? They do have a battleship. Well, they haven't been an issue, so... Okay. Starbase, Missile Base, Fighter Garrison. Well, I already know I can take that. Do it. Let's end this war by ending all Silicoid rule. First volley. All those heavy neutron blasters. Fortunately, I'm hitting the starbase at 2 separate angles. 2 separate shield arcs. Alright. Comes the good stuff. Here we go. That was pretty solid. Coming missiles. Shoot out what I can. Oh, I'm getting very close to destroying this thing. Kill his crew. Because he has so little armor on the thing. He never got tritanium. Okay. Internal system on that one. 2 crew left. I can probably stop firing on it now. Moving ahead. Get down at an angle here. His job is to shoot at missiles. The job of all of the battleships here. I can tank that one. Nice, they actually got one with that. Oh. Couple more down. Right. They're all firing on the La Bamba. They know what's up. Oops. I hit the planet itself. Oh, darn. I didn't have the cursor lined up quite right there. Here we go. Charge. Missile. Planet. Blank. Get him. Great. Flip this. Got it. Use the weapons. Ugh. Style volley's starting to look a little thin. Go. Planet. Again with the fighter garrison. No, I want to destroy the missile base. I was able to get rid of all of those. Boom. I love using a starbase to fire on its own planet. Yes, the planetary missile bases do actually have two separate racks of missiles. They usually do just choose one target, but they don't have to. They can actually split them between two. This is exactly what they're doing here, as it happens. Okay. And that is the silicoids out of the game. Come on, game, work with me. The Silicoid Empire has fallen, and will no longer wield power in the galaxy. I prefer the GNN reports from the first game. Oh well. So, Samson Prime has been conquered. This planet is radiated. This planet cannot be terraformed. Yet. Once I get a planetary radiation shield on here, it will become barren, and then it can terraform. But that's getting well ahead of myself. It's already on here. Ooh, we have Nolums. We have a research lab and an automated factory. Both are being used. Switch that over for now. So that's going to be... So with only 2 people, let's do the Robo-Miner plant first. Then the Holo Simulator. Oh, wait a minute. It's no farming here either. We're actually going to build the hydroponic farm first. There we go. Then the, Marine Barracks before Holo Simulator, obviously. And then we'll go spaceport, the biospheres, and missile base. All right. Yeah, short 2 freighters. I know I had a freighter fleet somewhere. Probably behind one of these robo-miner plants, right? Yeah, there it is. Home Prime. 43 turns? I'll buy it. Let them catch up, as it were. So I am going to have to do a bit of farming. Ugh. Where the starvation is. They are actually still able to turn a plus, but not much of one. I'll get those, Wow, Arcus's auto-host reached me. He's a member of a team. I'm honored. And a little surprised. Oh, good chance of getting that inertial stabilizer here. Oh boy. Here come the Anterans again. I can skip that, but let it play through the first couple times. Going for Ogka. 2 frigates this time. This is a Trilarian colony. If the Trilarians are not defeated in space, if they don't encounter any defenses to take down, they will essentially raid a colony. They will effectively bombard it once, and then they will leave. They can only be in this dimension, apparently, for a brief period of time, or at least act like it. They essentially just perform these sort of strike raids. They teleport in, they attack a colony, do whatever damage they can, and then they teleport out. They have incredibly good technology on those ships. They are super powerful, but it is possible to capture their ships. Creative races tend to have the easiest time of this because of how the fact that, you know, they tend to get all the ground combat bonuses that go along without actually needing to trade for them. Most other races would be missing 1 or 2. And of course, if you're a heavy G race, then you have that natural advantage that's very strong. But all the same, you're going to want to try to thin their numbers down as much as possible. Even just immobilizing one of their ships is tough. But it can happen. If you send enough assault ships, enough assault shuttles their way, for example, some of them are going to get through, and they just might be able to do it. And then you have a really tough decision to make. Do you keep the Antaran ship, certainly very powerful, or do you scrap it? And you may wonder why you would want to scrap such a valuable ship. And the reason why is because in this game, when you scrap a ship, there is that you captured from somebody else, there's a chance that a technology used in the construction of that ship will be learned. You'll essentially gain that tech. And in this game, there is a series of techs that you can't get most any other way. There are some technologies that you literally cannot research. I call these Orion level techs. The only way to get them is either by destroying the Guardian, at which point you will get 4 of them, or capture an Antaran vessel and scrap it, and then you might get one of them as a reward from that. And there is one other way of getting an Orion level tech, and that is to steal it from another race that happens to already have it. One of those things. There are some very, very strong techs out there. My own personal favorite is Zentronium armor. A lot of the Orion level techs are actually slightly weaker than the best that you can research, but that's a key exception. The Zentronium armor is stronger than anything that you can naturally research in the game. And it's even naturally resistant to armor piercing. Armor piercing weapons actually don't bypass Zentronium armor equipped ships. Just a fun little thing they added on. So that's always sort of the technology that I'm rooting for, because that one is really the truly strong one in the list. The Death Ray is there. That is good fun. Some other really interesting ones by too. But chances are I won't be sacking any Antaran ships this game. That's going to be a... My race is very much designed to make that as difficult as possible, hard enough as it is. With that said, I am very much planning on sacking Orion at some point, so you should be able to see at least some of them as a result of... Okay. What time is it? Alright, so I've got about 15 minutes. I guess I can do a few more turns. Why is this hiccuping so much all of a sudden? You alright there, game? You alright, computer? Alright, seems to be. Seems to be alright. I want to wait and see what happens here. At the moment, I'm not at war with anybody. One player was eliminated completely out of sight, as it were. And, yeah, two of them were dumb enough to declare war on me, and I showed them the error of their ways. They work for me now. It's probably just a matter of time before the Bulrothi get a little uppity and I can sack them. And of course, the Nolums have already robbed me. And they actually already have a spy present. Got a number of techs that I don't. I suppose I could... turnabout is fair play, right? Try to get some spies going and steal some back. It's good to keep tabs on the technologies the other players have. You don't want to fall too far behind. Class 3 shield. See if I can do a tech trade with him. Got quite a few spies himself right now. Huh. Thing. I only have an audience with him. Oh, he actually doesn't have that much that I... That's all that he's willing to offer me, essentially. I know he's got class 3 shields, but there's nothing I have that he's willing to trade that for. And I don't think I would want any of these. I don't think I care that much. There's battle pods. I have to give him terraforming for that? I kinda like that idea, but I think I'll pass on that. Really, Tachyon Scanner is, No, it isn't. I can offer a non-aggression pact. Alright, he's agreed to that. That works. Alright. Nolums, on the other hand. If he steals any more text from me, I think that just might come to blows. What color is he? See the border here. He's the brown player, as opposed to the orange one, so he's here. Really? Huh. The Nolam homeworld, always named Null, seems to no longer be occupied. Huh. Maybe I should be building a colony ship? Actually, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody else is already on that. There should be a Terran planet here. There's no colony there. Go ahead and, sort of load it in here. Actually, no, let's not do a colony ship just yet. What ships have I got here? Lots. Can I reach this place now? No, it's still too far away. Is 1 parsec out of range. Even from there. Come on, work with me. There is a gas giant at Jabo. This would be a good time for me to build... the Null Buddy's home. Oh dear. Let me build an outpost ship. A lot cheaper than a colony ship, certain. I can go ahead and get that freighter fleet going right now. That will be very useful. Inertial stabilizer. Okay. Main reason I got that was so that I could get this. Class 3 shield is very, very useful early on, especially against the early game weapons. But it'll be obsoleted later. I might possibly get that off another player. They very rarely go for planetary radiation shield, and that is what I want. Planet itself takes 5 fewer points of damage from whatever. Pretty much anything. Yes, the warp dissipator. Dirty little thing. It frustrated people a lot in the original Master of Orion that fleets of ships can retreat so readily. Jump in, fire missiles, and leave, for example. The warp dissipator is how you deal with such guerrilla tactics. And/or cowardice. Put a warp dissipator down. And, yeah. If they send ships in to attack you, they can't retreat until that warp dissipator is ceasing to function. You could turn it off. The battle's going poorly and you're hoping that they'll leave. Might be one of those situations where it's looking ugly on both sides. You can shut that off and maybe they'll go away. But typically, if a warp dissipator is involved in a battle, somebody's going to want to try to destroy it. That's pretty much, that ends up going, yeah. Interdictor cruiser. I like saying interdictor. Must play TIE Fighter. Oh man. I will definitely be going planetary radiation shield. The only thing you can do with a toxic planet to improve its environment is to destroy it entirely by a stellar converter and then rebuild it. Planetary construction is actually a thing in this game. You can turn an asteroid belt into a planet. A radiated world you can turn to barren with a radiation shield, or stronger planetary shield. They will all do the same thing there. And then once it's barren, you can terraform it up as far as Terran, and then you can get Gaia transformation to make it a Gaia. All terrain types can eventually become Gaias, But you gotta jump through a few extra hoops for the ones at the bottom end. The toxics are the worst. For anything down as low as Baron, all you need is terraforming to get it up to Terran. But, yeah, Radiated, there's that one extra step. The Zotanian and human empires have signed a non-aggression. The Nolam and Trilarium and... Trilarium? What am I saying? I tried to say Trilarium Empires. I'm spoonerizing things. It must be getting late. The Nolam and Trilarian empires are now at peace. Damn. That's unfortunate. Would much rather they be fighting. Okay, outpost ship in 6 turns? Can't even afford to buy it. Oh, we can keep peacefully coexisting. I am perfectly fine with that. More things getting built. Actually, +3 food means I can probably take a farmer off the job somewhere. There we go. Election time, and we've swapped sides, which means I have actually surpassed the Trilarians' population. 25 votes total. That's one more than 24. We need one more than 16. 17 votes to win. And panels have gone dead, and there are 3 fewer players in the game. Nolams abstain. The Bolrothi abstain. The humans abstain. 7 votes for yourself. I'm good for 10. Hello. I can't vote for you. If I vote for you, you win. I will merely abstain. Like I said, I'm planning on winning that way. I want to show off the Antaran homeworld. Okay. Looks good. Moving his ships around, huh? Okay. I want that outpost ship now. I will gladly spend that money. Ooh, finished building a missile base here. This colony's almost done here. Ooh, yes. Fighter Garrison, Starbase, Space Academy. Do it up. What was that? What? Oh, it's here. Right, okay. To Jabo, please. Right. The gas giant can hold the outpost. And now my ships get just one. Actually, and measure their range out from there. I should be able to reach anything. That's actually still 8 parsecs away. Still too far. These are in range, though. Well, let me send 2. Base. Go there. Return? I want one with the leader on it. Oh, how did you end up on the La Bamba? Oops. Hold on a sec. You're useless on that ship. You pick a different ship in the same fleet. That will be an instant transfer. There we go. Like slag is on the second one. 2 turns. Alright, that's what I want. Oh, crap. I lost it. I'll figure this out. Come on, work with me here. Lagging a little. I want to send just one with a navigator in it. I want it to only be 2 turns. There we go. See if I can figure out why it is that it's still open. Rizalon 3 finished construction, Space Academy. Okay. Bang. Research points instead, please. Actually, no. Buys. Do I have it? No, I haven't finished a single one yet. Alright, so I have a 100% chance of getting the tech next turn. This is telling you you're doing an overkill. Here you're going to want to actually move some of your scientists off of that back into production so that they're going to be useful. It's overkill at 100%. Yeah, beyond 100%, it's total overkill. They serve... Yeah, you get absolutely no credit whatsoever for extra research points. None. Still 100%. Did I have like a 90% roll and blew it? Alright, 95. I'm min-maxing. I admit it. May as well get it right at 100. No wasted resources. No chance of there being a total waste. Alright, so that's exactly the right number. Within a single person. Hey, Snapdragon! Good to see you here. Okay. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Good enough. Combat at Trilar? I doubt it. I will see what has changed. Uh-oh, what now? Random event. Farmers in the Bulrathi Empire rejoiced when a sudden shift of the Ogka 3 colony's planetary axis resulted in an improvement of its environment to Terran norms. Well, basically that's a free terraforming. Also making headlines today, your empire now spans 5 star systems, outnumbering all the other empires. Oh, well. Nice to be recognized for that sort of thing. There's the planetary radiation shield. Alright, I'm going to want to build that pretty much everywhere, but especially on the radiated worlds. What? Now, there's definitely a conversation beyond my knowledge going on in chat right now, but that's fine. Well, biology is the least expensive one here. At this point, Cloning Center is admittedly still going to be very nice, especially if I'm actually going to be colonizing another planet, oddly enough. But generally speaking, soil enrichment is more valuable, and I'm at the stage of the game where I am thinking that is what I would prefer to have. So I will go for soil enrichment. Scouts arrive at the Null system. There are 2 radiated worlds here that could eventually become Terran for me now. And yeah, the Nolam homeworld. Sitting there. Unoccupied. For whatever reason. Weird. Alright, well, I guess I am going to build a colony ship then. Heck. We'll build it here. Well, get that radiation shield going, actually. I can get more production out of... Will that seriously take only 1 turn? Holy crap. It's not that expensive, I guess. Alright, so radiation shield, then colony ship. That works. Oh, you built a spy. Great. Well, you can go back to research now, but go ahead and pick a radiation shield in the, residuals. Let's see. Radiation shield before the spy here. Yeah, I think I actually do want to put it at the top. I'll not repeat build spy. The radiation shield to build. I gave it to you already. Why is there a farmer here? What the... Sheesh! What are you doing? Hey look, terraforming. Radiation shield for you. Pop. No, you've got quite a few things to build. We'll put it here. Sounds stuttering again. Come on, game. Hang in with me. Just a couple more minutes here. Oh, what the... How did you not build a robo-miner plant? Oh. We'll fix that. Yay, terraforming. Oh, we'll build the fighter garrison. Then terraform. And, you may as well finish the terraforming you're doing. It's only going to be 1 turn anyway. I thought I had a radiated planet. I do. Okay. And... Chrysalon Prime is radiated as well, so I've actually got 2 of them. Yeah, terraforming isn't listed here, but once they get that radiation shield built, it will be. The planet will become barren. Oh, you've got a lot more to build. Okay. Yeah, that's actually where I would put it, I think. The bottom of that list there. Okie doke. That's kind of a thing. I do want more research points. I can go back to that if, For the time being, I think I'm going to leave people where they're sitting. I mean, you're working on a colony ship as well, right? Yeah, you are. Okay. The colony ship is in the queue. It's done. It can head to Null, and I can start inhabiting these. The colony ship obviously will go here, and then I can have that planet build colony bases. Get those other 2 occupied. And at that point, I wouldn't need the outpost anymore. Not that I need to pay maintenance on it or anything. And then, I should be able to reach the whole galaxy, pretty much. Sol is in range. Haven't checked out Ezra yet. I'm sure that the Nolans are, they got something in there. Alrighty. This, yeah. I have things I need to do after this, and I'm starting to feel really tired as it is. I am, in fact, going to simply cut it off here. Ended up doing the usual discussion of what's happening later this week earlier tonight, so I don't have to waste your time with it again right now. Curious as to whether I got the underscore or not. 2 times in a row without it. I suppose technically 3. And that is going to be it for me. My apologies once again for not hosting anybody, but I am not going to be able to stick around myself for that. Hoping that in the near future I can start hosting other people more often. I really do. But for now, take care. Enjoy yourselves. Never forget to play. I'll catch you.